Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love is Blind Season 7 Episode 9. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Taylor and Garrett. So Garrett and Taylor are in their little bubble. Honey, we'll be back when they figure out if they're living in San Diego. 16 days until the wedding. Ashley and Daddy Tyler. So they're in the shared apartment and he's playing with the dog, right? She says, "Oh, I couldn't have asked for a better stepchild." Girl, you a stepmama, all right. He gonna say, "Yeah, 7 kids." Is that 7 plus with the 3 included? Because really it's 10 kids. Okay. Now, when he was saying 7, she was like, "What?" He said, "Come on, let's shake on it. We're gonna have 7." She said, "No." No, he said, "No, 4." She said, "No, 3." Girl, go on, agree to 3, honey, because we know that's his magic number. So then they ended up agreeing on 2. He's sitting here smiling in her face, which is diabolical, with that damn do-rag on national TV, knowing full well that he is keeping a secret. Like, it's crazy. He up there talking about, well, what if we have a girl first? Ew. He's just gross. Like, I'm really getting repulsed. You know, I watch these shows and I get upset for these ladies and they make their decisions. Then they tell us to shut up and mind our business and they would like their privacy. But this is what I do. So I have to look at this and give you my honest opinion. And I am repulsed. Like, I really am. She's talking about the names and everything. It's really a waste because she's so happy and they do make a handsome couple. But he's just so untrustworthy. Let me tell y'all something. We are going to be having a live specifically for this couple. Okay, specifically for them. There will be a live to discuss all the details that are unfolding. Y'all, for those of you that don't have the Clock app, you are missing out on the tea. If you do not, I have laid it all out on my Patreon and it could be a Lifetime movie, y'all. It really could. It's really sad. Moving forward. Nick and Hannah. Hannah, why the hell are you standing over a hot stove wearing a leather jacket? Just why? And then it's an old school leather jacket. It's one of them leather jackets from the early 2000s, honey. I know, because my mama done bought me one for Christmas, child. I wore that to high school so proud. I said, "Baby, look at my leather jacket." She is standing up in this kitchen making salad and pasta in a leather jacket. She's cooking. And of course, she's acting like everything Nick does annoys her. He's trying to help her, but poor baby can't even boil pasta. He's asking for advice about her brother when he arrives. She gives him absolutely nothing. So her brother came rushing in like the cops were after him. I said, "Sir, what is going on? Either the cops are chasing you or it's cold outside." Your sister in here in her leather jacket. Child, this is a mess. So he's asking what Nick thought Hannah looked like. So Nick started talking about something totally different. He started saying how he likes someone that will put him in his place. Yeah, Nick ain't falling for the bait. Okay, he has something in mind, but he ain't gonna say it on camera. And he ain't fooling me. And I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Nick is so nice." And this is the thing. I'm not saying that Nick is not a nice guy because I think that he actually is a nice guy. He comes from good stock. He comes from good people. Okay, I love that family of his. But also, Nick is very mindful. And Nick is very aware of the cameras. He told Hannah down in Mexico, there are certain things that I'm not going to say because I have a brand. You know, I actually work with people. So I have to be very careful as to what I say. That's why I don't want anyone knowing that we had sex. Now, the two didn't make any sense to me because if you're on a show about love being blind and you're getting married to this woman, then if you want to have sex, you're grown. But that just showed me that Nick is very aware. And this scenario right here also showed me that because when the brother was like, "Well, what did you think Hannah was going to look like?" He was like, "She stands up for herself and I love it." That has nothing to do with her looks, Nicholas. Okay? You do not need a second mom. So he's telling her brother that he's only ever dated 2 other girls. Nick, I feel like you need a little bit more experience. I don't think you are Hannah already. I'm not sure of the other women that you've dated, but I'm sure they were nicer than Hannah. Okay? Because she is a nag to the 10th degree. So her brother asked about cleaning. Like, does he do any cleaning? Nick said, yeah, I clean, but that dryer takes like 50 years to dry. And so I got my clothes out one day and then I put them on the bed. She's like, yeah. And then I was there to fold them. Nick said, yeah, that's what happens when you're unemployed. Got her. He's sick of her. He is sick of it. He said she ain't doing nothing else. Might as well fold up my drawers. Honey, she was not expecting that. She said, okay, so you're upset. You're just upset that I make more money than you. So now her feelings are a little bit hurt. She said, I'm domesticated because I'm unemployed and whatnot. Baby, you cannot get mad when you've been picking on him nonstop. You can dish it, but you can't take it. She felt like it wasn't a joke. He was just being mean. And he was like, it was very much a joke. I mean, Hannah, you started it and he just finished it. So you know how they like to do. One person leaves so that they can talk to their family. So she went to the restroom and baby, let me tell you something. You shouldn't have invited that brother. Because baby, that brother let it be known that he gonna keep it real. Her brother told him, I just want you to know I wasn't mad at the joke that you made about Hannah. Because I mean, she would say the same thing. I mean, this is my thing. It's not like she was fired. She quit. Okay, now this is what she claims. She claims she quit on her own to be on this show. So you cannot be mad that he's making jokes about unemployment. It's not like you can't get a job. It's just you don't want no damn job. So Nick told him, yeah, I mean, she's been giving me a hard time and it's cool. But after like the 20th time, it's just a little bit too much. And even her brother said, yeah, that's my issue with her too. She's great. Okay, don't get me wrong. But she'll say things. But then if I say something, then she gets mad. Baby, not her brother being Team Nick. Okay, is that her real brother? Because child, he showed one on her side. Nick said, Hannah hasn't given me one compliment since we've been sitting here. So now Hannah is back. And girl, and sir, she hasn't given you one compliment because she's a negative Nancy. Plus she's bored. That's why she's doing all that cleaning. She ain't got nothing else to do. Hannah needs to do some self-reflection because, honey, the people have an issue with you. And it ain't just Nick. Moving forward, Taylor and Garrett. So they're having dinner. They're talking about Monica briefly. And then she brings up San Diego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist. I just couldn't resist, honey. So he's telling her that his mom is saying that they just met and they're already getting married and moving away. Now, his mom and his family are sending him emails back and forth and back because they do not want him to leave Fredericksburg. They don't want him to go to San Diego. Now, I can understand his mom, but at this point, it's his decision. Now, would I move away from everything I know so soon for an experimental marriage to a woman that I'm not sure about? Absolutely not. But will they do this on Netflix? They absolutely would. So she wants him to meet her dad to see if her dad is going to approve of him. Now they're questioning if now is the right time for them to even get married. His family doesn't want him to move away. Her family really doesn't want to be involved, but they will meet Garrett. Garrett told her no matter what his parents say, even if they didn't come to the wedding, he's doing it. Oh, baby, y'all throw y'all family to the side in a minute. I wish my son would say, I don't care if my mama coming out, I'm getting married. That is just so hurtful. I mean, you grown, but my God. I don't think that Taylor feels the same way. I think that if her family says no, she ain't doing it. Okay, if her daddy does not approve, she will not say yes. Tim and Alex. So they're at his house. Tim has a very nice family home, ready for 3 kids and a wife. It's nice. It's neat. I mean, there's really not much to say about it. She's walking through the house with her hands on her hips, with her backbone slipping, and she rolling her eyes. Y'all know how she like to do. Girl, ugh. She's asking if she can change his couch. Now, he did say yes. You know, he's open. And they're just sitting there shooting the breeze, and she's just looking around. Marissa and Ramses. So, baby, this right here was a mess. They're meeting her mom and siblings. Marissa looks just like her mom. When I say just like her, just like her. As soon as they sat down, they let it be known, we all got different daddies. I was so embarrassed. Baby, I was so embarrassed for Marissa. I said, oh, not y'all just putting y'all mama on blast. Then the sister gonna say, we're not putting you on blast, Mom. You sure? Because you just sat down and told all of us that y'all ain't got the same daddy. Now, Mama said, just what we've been thinking. She looked at them. This is when I thought the mama might be all right, because I thought this was all she was going to say and she was going to go on about her business, but she just kept on going. She looks at them and she says, oh, y'all look like siblings. It's weird. Girl, I have been saying the same thing since they met. Who's her daddy? Because, honey, you never know. Do you know the daddy's child? There's all the kinds of different things going on up and through. Now, her mom definitely doesn't have a sunny disposition. That's for sure. Now, Marissa is saying that the only thing that Ramses told her about himself was his fashions. And here's the mom again. She says, yeah, it's off. Like that whole 80s ducktail thing. Yeah, that's a no. Ma'am, you look like you belong in an 80s rock band. You got on another one of them leather jackets with a tongue ring, and all you need is a guitar, an electric guitar. So please leave this man and his fashion alone. We know it's a fool, but you don't say it to his face. Child, have some tact. Like, get yourself together. I mean, you ain't wrong, but you have no tact. She literally is one of those people that speaks their exact thoughts. Like, if I look at you and I think the outer parts of your lips are crusty and you might need some Carmex, she's actually going to say it. She lets her intrusive thoughts just take over. And it's pretty rude. Should I say rude as hell? But he handled it well, because me, I would have got up and walked off. Okay. So then her mom asks what he likes, and he starts talking about their communication being good and that she's someone that he can see himself with and he can be himself when he's with her. As they're sitting there, she gives Marissa this photo album of pictures from her childhood. So she starts thumbing through them and looking. She's like, oh, this is when I was little and this is my dad. And they're all telling these stories about how they didn't have money. But what kind of threw me off is the mom was acting like that she was raised with the kids. She was like, yeah, our upbringing was bad and our upbringing. And I'm just like, don't you mean Marissa's upbringing? Why do you keep lumping yourself in there? But anyway, she starts telling Ramses how she had to get out and get it by any means necessary. And Marissa wants to be a lawyer, but she also wants to stay home and raise her kids. So, what do you do? What kind of degree do you have? So he's telling her that he dropped out of college when his dad passed away. He just couldn't focus on the trajectory of his life after that happened. And I can see how that can derail you. College classes are hard enough without all that extra. Then to add emotional stress and grief. Oh, no way. It just ain't no way. I'm a person that cannot handle too much at once. I have to compartmentalize things, and I wouldn't have been able to make it either. He told her that he's always had a job. She's like, yeah, I know you're not a bum. You're taking care of yourself in DC. I mean, she wouldn't go for an effing bum. I'm just trying to make sure that you're not depending on her law degree. Ma'am, I just want to say this to you because I have a very close and personal friend that is an attorney. Just an FYI, a degree doesn't translate to dollars. Okay, she ready to be a full-time content creator her damn self. It doesn't mean that she's making bank. So just because you're a lawyer doesn't automatically mean rich. She doesn't want to have to come and take care of the baby while Marissa works. So then Marissa starts to say, yeah, mom doesn't want to live with me because she thinks I'm evil. This woman sits back and says, I mean, you are a bitch. I mean, you are. Now, why are you talking about her like she's some woman off the street? If my mom looked at me, now, you know what? Everybody has their own family dynamics inside the house. You know how some families, they just, they pick on each other and they have this rapport that many people in the outside world wouldn't understand. I get that. My family is kind of like that. Stuff that we say to each other in the house, we wouldn't say it in public in front of mixed company. Why would you call this woman a bitch in front of her future husband on national TV for all the world to see? And I was sitting here thinking, if the mom thinks that Marissa is evil and she's a witch, I think Marissa has a lot of her mom in her. Yes, she's sunshine and rainbows and smiling and skinning and grinning, but it could be another side to Marissa. Because even Ramses said, yeah, she could be something. I've seen that side. And I think that the mom is saying that because the apple don't fall far from the tree, if y'all know what I mean. I don't know if I would want my future babies even around her the way she be talking crazy. She'll mess around and call my baby dad. She has absolutely no filter. And the minute you disrespect my kid, you're cut off. I don't give a damn who you are or whose you are. Honey, shout out to Ayanla. You will be cut off. Do not disrespect my kid. And she just seems like the type. Well, he's being a little brat or she's being a little witch. Like, So he starts telling them that he was married at 25. He was like, I was young. She's like, 25 is not young. Actually, it is. It is young. You really don't know the decisions that you're going to make at 25. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of these 25-year-olds lately, but yeah, it's young. He's trying to explain why it didn't work. And she's like, yeah. So you both agreed on divorce because you're trying to make yourself sound like a saint. It's not like you helped her in any way. You both agreed that you didn't want to that you wanted to get a divorce, right? I said, dang. I mean, he truly is just explaining himself. You asked him a question and he's answering. Ma'am, who pissed in your Cheerios? This is crazy. Marissa needs to ask her mom to respectfully speak to him because they seem to be used to it, but I don't think other people are used to it. And I feel like Marissa's mom is one of those women that it's only been her and the kids. And so she's had to be mom and dad. So she wears one hat where at times she could seem nurturing, but then on the other hand, she has to be the dad at the door with the shotgun. Because I noticed when Marissa got up to go to the restroom, she was like, are you going to give your mom a kiss? I love you. So I don't know what's going on now. But I'm trying to give her some grace. But at the same time, ma'am, you're rude as hell. So Marissa gets up and goes to the restroom. Her mom tells Ramses, I don't believe in forever. I believe y'all get together, get married, do what you're going to do for a little while and get gone. She thinks you do it until you don't. Then she tells him that they need to get a prenup because men have effed Marissa over in the past, her father, her stepfather, and she does not want her husband to come in and mess her over again because you don't make enough money. Now you trying to live off Marissa. Ramses, what I think you should do at this moment is just get up and walk away because her mom is rude and disrespectful. And it is okay to remove yourself from a situation where somebody is disrespecting you to your face. There is a way to say all of the things that her mom said because some of them are valid. It's just a way to also say them respectfully. I mean, are you the parent or what is going on here? Moving forward. She said that they should do it. They have to get a prenup. He said, well, I have no problem signing a prenup. And again, I think mom has a tough exterior because she has had to be mom and dad. But lady, take it easy. Don't project your pain on your daughter. Now, all of you know that I have told you countless times that I never, ever want to be married again. Will I ruin that for my son? Absolutely not. Baby, when I tell you I'm going to be front row and center, baby, I can't wait to get my mother the bride suit. Y'all hear me? It might get a hat to match. I would never say to him, you don't want to marry no woman. It ain't going to last. I don't believe in it. That has nothing to do with him. He will create his own destiny. And I think the mom has just been so jilted and so mistreated that now she's looking at her daughter and thinking, same thing gonna happen to you, girl. Call me when you're crying. I don't like that. Don't do that. That's not fair. And it's taken from her experience. So her sister told her, girl, I don't think you're getting the blessing unless you get a prenup. She said, okay, so are you getting a prenup, Marissa? What are you going to do, Marissa? So then Marissa said, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Mama is acting like Marissa is a partner at Sweetelson, McDonald, and Lee. Ma'am, she ain't even graduated yet. Pipe down, okay? She is not Joan Clayton. She will be all right. That mama scary as hell, honey. I wonder where Marissa got her personality from, because she gives free spirit and mom gives 20 to life. She gonna get locked up, child. Nick and Hannah. So they're going to meet her family. And I must say that Hannah's family is so cute. It's giving white picket fence. Like, they look like a very sweet family. Same old, same old. They want to know, how did you know Hannah was the one? He knew she was the one, but she didn't know he was the one. Hannah wants them to grill him. And they're like, no, we're just going to talk to him. Grill him for what? Dad said, what is the point of doing that now? Y'all already engaged. Honey, I know that's right. Hannah wants people to be mean to Nick so bad. And nobody's going for it. Not nobody. And it is infuriating her. Because how dare y'all not grill Nick? Even her mom said that she nitpicks all the guys that she dates. Nick is telling them that, you know, she's in good hands, like Allstate, and everything's going to be fine. And they like Nick from what they're seeing. Here go Hannah. Yeah, well, there are things that I don't like. Hannah, they don't give a damn. Nobody is on your side. Hang it up, buttercup. Moving forward. Alex and Tim. So her and Tim go to her place. I was appalled, flabbergasted. I was in tears almost. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, not dramatic. Girl, this is just nasty. This is full on nasty. This is what they be doing. That's what them influencers be doing. They be putting them clothes on and they got one little corner of the place that looks nice, nice enough to film, and the whole place be nasty. I know it's got to be some spiders and something in there. Child, it's some insects and bugs in there somewhere, and y'all ain't fooling me. And girl, you knew this show was coming. You knew you would never make it on Married at First Sight because Dr. Pepper gonna go through your underwear drawer. She gonna go through your toys. Honey, Dr. Pepper just does not have boundaries. You would have to clean this place up. It's just nasty. I was afraid they were gonna open that refrigerator and something was gonna fall out. I said, oh, please don't open her refrigerator, Lord, please. Now, Tim was very nice about it. I don't like nasty spaces, but that's just me. Okay, I would have ran for the hills. Because if you can't clean your space, what else is nasty? Honey, I just don't want to be bothered. That's more than just clothes. She was like, I'm going to see those clothes over there. I'm going to get rid of those. Ma'am, a few hefty bags full of Shein does not mean that this place should look like this. This doesn't make any sense. Girl, clean up that house. And then they had enough nerve to sit down on the couch and get comfortable. Baby, I wouldn't even want to put my feet on the floor. And then she had enough nerve to tell him at the door, take your shoes off. Girl, what? Oh my God. I don't know who. Let me tell you something. Season 7 is just twists and turns and turns and twists, honey. Just when you think you're safe. Marissa and Ramses. So they're at home after Mommy Dearest. And he said that it was cool and he's not there for her money. So Marissa is saying that she's fine with the wedding and her mom should be okay. So then she said, yeah. Do you think your mom is going to be like that? He said, absolutely not. Basically, my mama know how to act, okay? She ain't none of your mama. He said, what I'm going to need is a minute before I have to interact with your mom and your family. I'm going to need a minute. Yeah, because they can be team too much. Okay, the siblings seemed cool. They seem like they know how to act and not to say too much because the mom will probably explode. So they all just sit there and nod and smile. But yeah, it's team too much. She was like, are you going to say no at the altar? Yeah, you knew to ask that, honey. I know I would. So then she starts talking about kids and what his timeline is. And he said 3 years minimum. He wants them to have time for them to travel and enjoy each other. She told him that she does not want to go back on birth control. He said, okay, I mean, I guess I'll wear condoms, but I don't want to because it's just not enjoyable. First of all, it's not all about you. And I hate when men come with that, oh, well, I don't want to wear a condom because it's not enjoyable for me. It's giving selfish. It's her right to decide what she puts in her body. And I'm also going to need to see your lab results because if you don't want to wear condoms, that means that you've been deep diving without a wetsuit for all these years. And that's not going to work. Okay. She doesn't want to get on birth control and you don't want to do condoms. So what are y'all going to do? And I just really hate that for her because it seems like it's your way or the highway. There are a lot of things about Marissa that you don't like and that you don't agree with. So I'm not understanding why you haven't ended this already. And if the two of you can't agree on this, then y'all are at a stalemate. Because why would I not wear protection to keep me from an unplanned and unwanted pregnancy? Because then when she gets pregnant, then you're going to resent her. Are you going to do the pull-out method? Like if you don't grow up and get real, for your protection, you should be wearing something if she does not want to, get on birth control. And that is her right. Hannah and Nick. So now it's time for her to meet his family. His family was so sweet to her. I love meeting other people's families. It just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. I want to see where you came from, how you were raised, what your old bedroom looks like. I love all that. Hannah is so fake. Let's just cut to the chase. She been hell the whole time and now she's sweet as pie. I said, Hannah knows she can act, can't she? She in there helping them cook and slicing up avocados and everything. Child, anyway. Nick's mom and dad, they were so kind to her. And I can tell that his mom is a very nice lady. Baby, she was ready to adopt Hannah. Now, I think Nick may be the only child. And so she never got her girl, or maybe she wanted a girl, or maybe she didn't. But his mom was so inviting and welcoming. And Hannah is, of course, on her best behavior. And I just don't know how I feel about that. Because the way that you've been to him up until this point is not the same person that you're presenting here with this little house on the prairie dress on. Okay, it's giving a lie. Now, both his parents really liked her. She made an awesome first impression on them. But for his mental health, I would say no to Hannah. Because I feel like she's going to browbeat him every chance she gets. It's already getting to him. If he already got an attitude, I can only imagine a few months in. 13 days until the wedding. Ashley and Tyler. So, baby, they sitting there looking all somber, dressed in all gray. So she's like, I feel like our superpower isn't our superpower anymore. And I'm like, girl, tell us more. Basically, he told her after he done met her family 2 weeks before the wedding, he's just now telling her about these kids. Now, the way that he presented the information to her is that he's simply a donor. Now, that's partially true, but there are layers to that story. So she's trying to figure out why he didn't tell her in the pods. He's going around doing interviews now saying that he didn't want it on camera. Okay, well then you should have told your mama them keep it off that Facebook. If it's one thing an older group of people gonna do, they gonna talk on that book. So you need to tell them, please take these things off that book if you didn't want people to know. But why are you hiding them? That's the question. And for everybody that's saying he has a right to have been engaged before and had, babies before, that is fine. But he made a decision for her. When you lie by omission, you make decisions for other people that are not fair. Maybe one of her criterias is a man with no kids, donor or otherwise. Now you have added another layer of stress to a relationship that I may not even want it. So now I'm here under false pretenses and it's complicated. I don't like that for her. Why would you even do that? You should have told her this in the pods so she could have made an informed decision as to whether or not she wanted to continue with you. The person that you are and how it's unfolding, you're just a nasty human being. And that's just point blank in the period. She's asking him questions like, what are their genders? And he's like, 2 girls and a boy. She wants to see the paperwork to say that he's not involved. Well, baby, there is none. Check the TikTok. That's what the paperwork is. Okay? Because it ain't no paperwork saying he's very much involved. Went to court to fight to be involved. And he's involved. I guess he was going to start over with Ashley like the kids didn't exist. That's what I'm gathering. Because I think the situation is he was initially not supposed to be involved. And we'll talk about that more on the live. And then he decided he wanted to be involved. Now he wants to go back to not being involved. It doesn't work like that. You're in and out and out and in. And you're confusing those children. Not only the kids, okay, but you're also involving women and you're texting other women. You're sitting in the shared apartment and texting them. You're borrowing money and not returning it. You have judgments against you. It's a lot. It's not just this. So she's like, yeah, you didn't even tell me you had sperm donor babies. Tyler, you should be ashamed of yourself. How could you go on this show knowing that you have been active as their father? They're going to see this one day. And Ashley, I know you don't know, honey, but calling them sperm donor babies, that's hurtful. Okay, it's hurtful. And they're going to see this and they're going to know that the man that pretended to care for them is allowing not only you to call them sperm donor babies, but he's just denying them altogether. Let me tell you something, Ashley. Don't ask not now another question. Okay? And look at this as an out. Do not do it. So he's sitting there telling her lies, talking about, I just really still want to marry you. I don't want our story to end here. I'm going to fight for you until you tell me to stop. Tell him to stop. STOP. The trust is broken. Like, what else are you hiding? I know she feels like the wind has been taken out of her sail because this is major. But let me tell you something, girl. Let me tell you the mistake I made. I ignored it. Don't ignore it. This is more than a TV show. These people really get married in real life, y'all. We can watch these shows for entertainment, but this is someone's life, girl. Walk away. He's ignoring a very huge part of his life. Can you imagine when you have children with him? What omission is he going to do then? Also, don't let him borrow no money because he don't pay it back. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about episode 9. 7, 8, and 9 brought the heat. I was not expecting it. Listen, they done moved Married at First Sight over to Tuesday nights. Now, who the hell told them to do that? They know that I have a routine of Wednesday nights and then Thursday morning, y'all wake up to the review. So now y'all gonna have to wake up to the review on Wednesday, which is gonna make my lives all over the place. I really wanted to have a live for this show for Tyler and Ashley specifically, and then just to discuss episodes 7, 8, and 9. So this is what we're going to do. On Monday, let's have a live to discuss 7, 8, and 9. Tuesday, Married at First Sight premieres. Wednesday, the review will be up. Thursday, we will be... No, that's not going to make sense because the new episodes of Love is Blind will come out on Wednesday. So this is what we'll do. I will just put it in the community tab when the lives will be happening so we can get together and talk about the mess. And we might even talk about it this weekend. I just have to see how we're going to do it. Comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, Stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.